Hey y'all, and welcome to Watch Cheryl Scrap for the June 2022 monthly session. Today is Thursday, June 2nd. I am going to be scrapping with a baby kit by Elif, and I'm going to be combining it with these 3 photos of my great niece. So that gives you, I don't have a composition yet, so I'm going to have to decide where I want to put these photos, and we'll go from there.
And
But,
I checked.
mean,
It's Elif.
Elif.
Elif Sahin.
Elif Sahin. Okay.
Once upon a time when we did layout, actually, once upon a time when we used her kits before, I asked her how she said her name because we weren't sure. And so then I put it when we did the Love Our Designers. So I'm like, now I know where to go find that link.
Right. You're like, okay, this is good.
I'm like, nope, we're going to know how to pronounce.
All right, so,
Oh, BYOC is out. Oh my gosh. I can hear them laughing in the other room, and I don't think you guys can hear that, but they're laughing because they're watching like those silly, you know, those YouTube compilations of all the people who like do stupid things and record it.
Yes.
They're watching things like that. It's like, no.
Okay, let's do some cattywampus.
Ooh, I like that.
A little cattywampus.
It's so cute.
That goes with how my life has been over the last couple of months. I'll send out a newsletter tonight or tomorrow, but I'm sure y'all have noticed that I haven't been releasing anything over the past month. And I think last time we talked about me hurting my back when I went to my sister's wedding. And so I've gotten to a much better place with that. I had some injections last week and a lot of the feeling has come back in my leg. So I'm on a good forward progress with that, but I'm having a second MRI tomorrow because they think it's a disc fragment. They're not sure what it is. And so they're going to do an MRI with contrast to take a better look at it. And of course, during the first MRI, they found a pelvic lesion, and the oncologist thinks it's highly unlikely that it's cancerous, but he wanted the MRI with contrast to make sure. So I'll see him next week and he'll tell me for sure, but he was very confident and made us feel so much better. So it's just been kind of a whirlwind month, and I just kind of had to take a step back, and if I've been on the computer, I've just done scrapping. And
that's okay. There's nothing to apologize for that. Some days you just need to chill and relax and put your business to the side a little.
Yeah, but I usually try to, tell everybody, I didn't just fall off the face of the earth, but I kind of went radio. I mean, I've been posting in the forum and stuff. So, but yeah, so you'll see some templates coming from me in the next couple of weeks, and as I, pull myself back together, and yeah.
Yay! We'll have them back.
Yes. Yeah, and I think I'm going to make some that say "Life sucks."
Ooh, I like it.
A big, die cut cut file. That's just, I mean, the whole page, from top to bottom is just going to have those words.
Yeah. We used to say life sucks and then you die.
I could put that on a little word strip.
Oh, I don't remember if it was a song or something, but yeah, we used to say that all the time. Life sucks and then you die. Ooh, Kim says she needs a life sucks template. She goes, you can also make an answer sucks template.
Yes.
Jan says life sucks. Yes. All right, what else should she write? She's got 4 of them to fill. Life sucks for 1. You could do this blows. Michelle says we can challenge ourselves to combine 2 or 3 of your old templates to make a new template for ourselves. I think that's a great challenge.
Yep.
And Michelle says, obviously, it's absolutely okay to take time off. Kim says you have to take care of yourself before designing templates.
Yes. So I'm gonna be scrapping. You'll see me doing some little things here and there. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is the sweetest paper ever.
Is she seeing a spider or is this a good thing?
No, it's so sweet, but I like the green, but I think I like this lighter color. What do you think?
So the green brings out the pants in the bottom photo, or not the green,
Yeah.
the one you have now, but the green really brings the focus more to her face on the left and the top to
Yeah.
me.
Okay, well, let's see. I'm not going to use it for the whole page, but look, the little bee. The little bee is so happy.
The little bee is so cute. I need this kit.
Okay, so there's a good chunk of it right there. And yeah. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, that's cute.
Renee says, how about using stuff that we purchased and haven't used yet?
Oh, yeah. Like I could, it would be fun to do a, like a challenge to combine an old template set, like your oldest template set that you have of mine.
You should do one to combine the oldest template set you own with the newest template set you own.
That would be fun.
Take two templates, the oldest one you own and the newest one, and put them together and create something.
That would be fun, definitely.
Jan said you could use the green behind the light paper and shrink the light paper down to make a border look. It was the same pattern though, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't always work. For me, I don't always work with that well when it's the same pattern, but it would totally work. I agree, Jan. It's fun because every time you add a paper, I see a new color that I didn't realize was in the photos. Like you added that orange paper, and now I see that orange that's in the paper, the photo on the left.
Yes.
I totally didn't realize it was there, and then boom.
And then I think this will be my last paper I'm going to add in. But it's just going to be a little thin border here.
Now you could probably add the light version of that paper.
Ooh, let's see what it looks like.
Because you added so many other layers in between.
Let us see.
Figuring out my oldest template could be a challenge in itself.
Yeah. I was like, okay, this week, find the oldest template.
Week 2, find the newest.
Find the newest template. Week 3, pick your photo. Week 4, it's time to scrap. Oh, and I would, always have my monthly template challenge where I give y'all a free template, but that would be fun to like reward you for having, stuff in your stash.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I could do a, separate little giveaway. That would be fun.
That would be fun. It'd be different. It'd be something that wouldn't be too stressful for you.
This is so sweet. It says wrapped up in a family's love.
Aww. That's adorable.
It's so sweet.
Let's see.
I kind of wanted that. There we go. So, what trials or triumphs have y'all had in the last month? Because we all have them, right?
Yes.
We all got them.
We do. Huh. I found a template that I have of yours that was a collab from July of 2011. Is that old?
That's pretty old.
It was Fiddle-Dee-Dee Designs, Scrapping with Liz, and it's your just swooshies under your name. The Yin and Yang 2 templates.
Oh yeah, those are old.
Olivia has the first pack ever. Stop bragging.
I wonder why she has that.
I know. Renee says her oldest is probably a freebie from Liz from 2008. What's the oldest template you have from Cheryl? Oh, Renee's got Yin and Yang too. Let's see. I was trying to see if there was a way to show me, but it's not working very well because it's trying to show me, like, the date created is all the date I threw it in this folder, not the date that the file was created. But I was trying to see if Windows would show it to me super easy.
Kat, you're going to have to go on now. I can't help you.
I have the calendar collabs, but that's because I did all those blog posts for them.
Yeah.
I was like, I have Fiddlesticks #1, but that was more of a rebranding. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that was so much.
Yeah, that was when I moved to the lily pad. I changed that.
Yep.
So,
that's the lily pad one.
Oh my
I'm trying to
gosh,
see which ones were Scrap Orchard.
This little bee is killing me. Look at that little bee.
That bee is adorable.
He's cross-eyed. Look.
Oh, and my mother-in-law made a cool little sign for our front door that has a bee. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to use this kit to, well, I could use it to scrap the baby too, but.
Let's see. Da-da-da.
I could look at her blog and I'd give you date accuracy, but then I have to figure out which ones I own when I look through the blog. I don't know. I'll have to think that through in the easiest way. Picasso does technically Windows will too, but I can't remember how to do it when I have multiple folders because I just keep things in weird folders.
Okay. All right, so now I'm moving out of her kit because I want to go over and grab Nicole. Has some fun. You know, she always has mixed media. So I'm gonna pop back up here.
Yes, yes, she does.
She has available for me to add some paints and stuff.
Let's see.
No, don't like that.
That might be the oldest thing I own from you.
The collab?
That is the collab. Well, the other thing I own from you that's really old is the So Timely. What are these? Are they blog or
they're for Facebook?
For Facebook, yeah. I have the Snap templates. Ooh, Kath has Funky Day 25.
Oh my gosh, that is from when Funky Playground.
12/24/2010.
Yeah, that's from Funky Playground.
Yeah.
Or they no longer exist. But
Michelle has Birds of a Feather from Scrap Orchard. Amanda loved those. I did too. I have Winter Wonderland, but that shows up as 2013. So that shows up as newer. So I was trying to see. I used to hang out at Funky Playground. I forgot about that place. That's from Michelle, not me. Sorry. I never.
You're like, that was before your time.
Yeah. It's when I feel very young. I guess that's the way it happens.
Let's see what this looks like. The top of that. Nope, don't like that. Nope, don't like that. Nope, nope, nope.
See what this looks like. If there's a way to have AC/DC show me, but it's not doing what I want it to do.
Oh, I kind of like this.
It's funny because it can see when it was created. It just doesn't want to show me when it was created.
So,
Renee has a bunch from 2012.
In fact, I can tell you. Let's see.
That's 2013. I have your list templates. I loved that set too.
The list.
The list.
The
Which
list.
I will say I like your new top 10 ones much better, but I did like the list.
Let's see here.
Kath wins.
Kath
Michelle says,
wins.
Kath wins. I'm pretty sure my oldest FDD template is from 2013, but I'm only looking in my TLP folder, and occasionally I find things from TLP designers that they made long, long ago in my old non-TLP stash.
Okay, let's see. Details. Date modified.
Oh, Renee found Iron Scrapper 2011 fuss-free seasons. Ooh.
Oh, I know it's not showing up.
Oh,
How
you
old
know
it
what?
is. What?
Dude, thanks for reminding me of that. Because
What?
I was looking, because you used to do your folders FDD FF as
Yeah.
fuss-free, and I forgot you did that. So I was looking farther down in my folder, and the FFs are probably going to be older, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thanks for reminding me of that. Iron Scrapper was fun.
Okay, so let's see here. Fuss-free set 1 came out Wednesday, February 3rd.
That's not the one I have, though.
And then I have Fuss-free, the contest series. That's when there was a, can't remember the name of that site. It was a
The
digi
Funky
scrap
Playground
off.
one?
No, it was for, I can't remember the name of that site, but it was a scrap off contest and there were teams. And then there's one from the 18th of February 2010, Fuss Free Like Mother Like Daughter. So there's 2 from Olivia and 2 from me.
Aw, Olivia made a template.
My last week as a guest designer at the DigiCheck was February 21st. And then I think yeah, they asked me to stay. So stay on. And then I stayed on. And then I went to Scrap Orchard in 2011.
Does that seem weird? Like it was so long ago?
Oh, yeah. It was so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, very long. I don't know. What do y'all think about the blending? I kind of like it.
I was like, I don't like the black.
Yes.
Then I realized that it's just you haven't covered it yet, and I
Yeah.
should shut up.
Uh,
Oh, some days, some days.
all right. This one needs to come up a little bit more, though. Reduce that size.
Let's see.
Yep, I kind of like that.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, I wonder if I have my iron scrapper stuff too, but I wouldn't have it from 2011. 2013 actually is pretty good for me because that's about when I first started. Oh, I have your Cool Treats one from 2013.
Cool Treats. Okay.
Kath just posted like all of her old stores. Polka Dot, STS, Scrabble, Scrapbook Elements, Scrapbook Bites, Scrap Matters. A cherry. Oh, a cherry on top, huh? It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
that one's still living.
Go pixel, go digital. What was Cheryl's first name by? Have you always done FDD?
Mm-hmm.
So always FDD, Kath.
That's me. FDD. Oh, so cute.
Oh, I want to use that template set again. Got a lotta. That's an old set too. Got a lot of photos? Yes, yes, I do. Always.
Yes, I do.
Renee says
Oh,
she's got a folder for all the Play It Again sets from 3/3/12. Amanda's got one from December of 2011.
there you
Look at
go.
this. You would get a flash from the past of people posting old stuff like that. It'd be fun.
That's fun.
It's always fun. I mean, we focus a lot on the new, and the new is great and grand and fun, but it's always fun to see some of the old.
I've been trying to move my way through some older kits or kits that aren't really that old. I just haven't played with them yet. You know, that I've gotten because I'm a shopper.
Yep.
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 I'm a shopper. Can't help it. So I'm enjoying, you know, mixing that. You know, mixing some old and new together is fun. I really like this idea. I think that would be a fun thing to do for the summer because, you know, everything's kind of quiet and that'd be a fun thing to bring out. Yeah.
So obviously, I didn't buy these in 2012, but I have your old fuss-free reel ones too. Do you remember those ones with the old Viewmaster things on them?
Yes, I do.
I have Reel Me In too.
Reel me in.
And I know I bought it straight up for that Viewmaster piece.
I was like, okay. Yep.
I know I did. I should go back and use your Siggy ones that I have though. Oh, and some of your My Scrapbook Art ones. That store didn't last long enough. That was a fun one too.
What was it?
My Scrapbook Art, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was sad when that ended.
Yep. You Belong With Me, your Taylor Swift face. It's always fun to see some of your titles because they're songs, so I'll like start singing when I'm looking.
I do.
Kath
the one that I remember the most was Shot Through the Heart and you're to blame, darling, you give love bad name. I sing that one a lot, even when I'm clearly not designing that.
Yep. I bet. Yeah, I think the Yin and Yang are the oldest ones I own. I just checked.
You just checked.
How fun. But obviously I didn't buy them in 2011, but I liked them enough. I probably bought them when you were retiring.
You know, I think I should say any template that you have of mine that's older than a year, because some people may not have any, you know, older
well, that's
than a
why I
year.
would say just your oldest template you have and not put a date. Because what if somebody just discovered you 6 months ago?
Right.
But Amanda just found her avatars from Iron Scrapper. You know what's funny? I was on Photo Bucket and found some of my old signatures from around that time too. And I actually found, because I used to do all of the challenge posting and stuff and calculating, and I found all of that stuff. I just deleted it from my Photo Bucket. Like where I created the graphics for who won and everything. Yep. And all the things of keeping track of them. Just barely deleted all of that. But it was in Photo Bucket. It wasn't taking up space on my stuff. Michelle said she just found, looking for the Iron Scrapper avatar, a PDF I made of a thread I started at Scrap Orchard. It was about DigiStash organization, and Cheryl was one of the people who replied to me telling me about AC/DC.
Oh, Oh, that's fun. You know, because
Renee
my brain,
says,
I just do not remember stuff anymore, and that is so cool that you have
yeah.
that info, you know. It's
Yeah, before Scrap Orchard closed, I went in and pulled up some of my threads that I'd started that was basically whole journaling things for pages and
right.
saved them. So I need to go find those so I can go and scrap those pages. But Kath wishes designers put their old names in their terms of uses. I could see that. That would be helpful. And Renee says one of her favorite kits she ever got was because of all the papers in it. It was a collab from Scrap and Art called For the Girls. Yeah, Michelle did the same thing. She saved screenshots, her intro and her profile page, and a few posts that she made at Scrap Orchard before they closed. Sometimes when I respond to people, I basically write an entire journaling for a scrapbook page. So I'm like, now I need to grab
Right.
that and save it.
Well, like a lot of the threads that we have in the chatty thread, like, you know, what
Hmm.
are you bad at and what are you good at? The one you started about gardening,
Uh-huh.
you know, people are answering questions, but those are really great. I mean, like if you're wanting to put journaling on, you just copy and paste that, you know, yes, I garden, no, I don't, you know, blah, blah, blah. I just
I
thought
bought, yeah,
that's cool.
I bought a new book that's going to inspire some of those questions. And it's called 3,000 Questions About Me.
Hmm.
And things like, what have you done that's out of character for you? What's the
Interesting.
longest you've ever waited in line for something and what was it? I want to know people's answers to that because that's, it's fun. It's like short and simple. You could write short and simple, or I love the
Right.
people who like write more and are like, oh, the longest I ever waited in line was for BTS tickets because I'm absolutely obsessed with them and I wanted to go with my son and who knows. I'm just making up crap because I've actually never gone to BTS, but
Well,
I believe Rachel was captured visions,
captivated visions.
captivated visions, right?
Yep.
That sounds more interesting. Michelle, it was $10 at Target. It totally good. And they actually had like 4 different types, and I had to decide between the ones. One of them is one that my brother actually bought for my mom, and it's kind of like a getting to know you book. But instead of it being like all about mom, and usually they ask simple things, but it has things in there like, did you ever skip school and why? But then it also has things of if you can have any last meal, what would it be? And I'm like,
Hmm.
those are things that tells you so much.
Yeah,
Some
the
of these
book
are going to be pad patter threads. Not all of them, but some of them will end up as pad patter threads. I have another
the
book called like
book
200
that I
off
have,
of that too.
um, and I've had it for a while now, but let's see, it's called The Book of Myself, a do-it-yourself autobiography and 201 questions.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's separated into, hang on just a second, let me open it up here. It's like they have also one, The Book of Us, a journal of your love story in 150 questions, The Book of My Pet in celebration of pets, and was Words to Live By, journal wisdom for someone you love and what I love about you, picture of me, who I am in 221 questions. So they have like a
A whole
whole,
bunch.
yeah, it's Hyperion is the, anyway, so the first one is like your early years, and then middle years, and then later years. So like the first one, let's see, early years. I'll read this. This is how people describe me as a child and how I saw myself. I wrote this at 42, so that was almost 10 years ago. Now at the age of 42, I remember people saying I was pretty or had great hair, that I was smart or sweet or funny. I saw myself as a teacher's child, so smart, but only because it was expected. Later in life, I would realize that I was of more than the average intellect. I also saw myself as much larger than my cousins and friends, but that was only because I was taller, not fatter. I really suffered from poor self-esteem because I thought I was big or not good enough, most of which I can now say stemmed from my insecurity that developed when my dad left us. I do remember thinking I was funny and I enjoyed making people laugh. So, and then the next question is some of my favorite games, toys, or ways to entertain myself. As a very young child, I had a stuffed bear I named Sambo. That poor bear was worn to bits. I still have him, but he's in poor shape with stuffing coming out of his neck and butt, places I must have held on to. I remember a set of dolls I had called the Sunshine Family, made by Mattel. There was a mom, dad, and a baby called Sweets. I love the baby with its blonde hair and jeweled blue eyes. I used to keep them in a cardboard cigar box. I also played with Barbies until I was 13, and I had shared a Barbie dream house with my sister Anna. It had yellow floors and had an orange roof. It came apart into 3 separate pieces so we could each have our own house. And then the next one asks about pets and siblings, and so I was doing good trying to, fill in at least a couple of times a week, and then I got off that. I need to pull it off the shelf and just leave it on my desk so I don't forget.
Yeah,
But
that's always the hard part.
Those are definitely great scrapbook pages, because I do have a picture of the Barbie dream house, but it is not, I found it at a thrift store. We were shopping and I was like, oh my God, there's my Barbie dream house. I couldn't believe it was there. It was so weird. And I was like, I wonder if that's our dream house. Because, at some point in time, my mom, let it go. But yeah, very interesting. So we'll get some pretty fun pad patter comments or questions coming up from you. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Like some of them are ones I've seen other places for journal jars, so I'm like, well, that's not really an original idea, so I don't feel too bad with some of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wouldn't share the entire book.
Right.
Some of it will end up there.
Yeah. I think that's okay.
Renee said she just got rid of her Barbie dream house 4 years ago. It was in the basement all these years. Oh my gosh, have you seen the Rocket Mortgage Barbie dream house commercial?
I don't think so. What happens?
Oh, what is her name? Now all of a sudden I forgot. It's the little oh, I can't think of what her name is all of a sudden. Anyway, she comes on and the girl's like, Barbie wants to buy this dream house and she found all out about it on Rocket Mortgage. But the problem is these other people want to buy it too. It's just like so
crazy.
Fun. And you're just like, what the? And then like it's Anna Kendrick. That's who it is. And you just have to like, it's the Rocket Homes Anna Kendrick. Apparently it was the Super Bowl commercial. And she's like, I only know it because they keep showing it on our hockey games. So I've seen it so many times and I still kind of laugh at it. And it's like, she's competing with these people, Cash Offer Carl and like somebody else. And you're just like, oh my gosh. And then they're like, but don't worry, Barbie's pre-approved, so she gets the dream house. And so then the little girl's like, but what about, I wanted a house too. And they're like, Castle Greystone is available. Which is the He-Man castle.
Right.
It's just so funny. Because they say it in like a little girl saying it in a deep voice, Castle Greystone is available. And you just... I've seen it way too many times and it still makes me laugh. And I'm like, when you do that with a commercial, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah. You make people, continue to laugh.
Oh yeah, it's totally on YouTube.
Some of my favorite was, Mayhem Like Me.
I love Mayhem.
Oh God, the raccoon one where he's up in the
yeah,
that was one of my favorites. I don't know why. I would get so tickled.
And every time I see him, I laugh because I always think Liz Lemon's boyfriend. Because if you ever watched 30 Rock, he's Liz Lemon's boyfriend.
Oh, I
And
didn't watch
so whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, it's Liz Lemon's boyfriend again. And he
that.
plays a character on that too. And I'm just like, yeah, this Mayhem guy could totally be a similar character. But
So,
apparently he plays like a serious character on some show and people are like, they're like, oh, well, he was on like Law and Order or something. I don't remember which show. I'm like,
right,
oh, I would have a really hard time seeing him as like a serious detective because that's not who he is to
right.
me.
It's not who he is. Jay and I have been watching a show on Amazon Prime called
Uh-huh.
Night Sky, and it has Sissy Spacek in it, and oh my gosh, he is from Law and Order or CSI, SVU. I cannot remember his name. Saved my life, but anyway, it's very cool. And I think we have like one episode left that we may try to watch tonight.
Well, if you need something
Kind of
funny to watch too, House Flipper Skipper.
what?
One of the characters in the Dreamhouse, House Flipper Skipper. Well,
Yeah,
and it's funny because she goes, so Barbie wins in only the way that Anna Kendrick can do without sounding too over the top.
right.
So, yeah, it's a fun little commercial. So if you need something lighthearted and hilarious afterwards, check out the Rocket Mortgage. And no,
Rocket
I'm
Mortgage.
not sponsored by them. I'm not paid for them. They just made a fun commercial.
Right. I am not sponsored.
No, but
If
if
they
you'd like to
want me to
sponsor us,
sponsor them,
let us
yeah,
know.
if you would like to sponsor this little known niche digital scrapbooking, I'll be like, and you're doing what? Like when I went to the doctor today, and she's asking me, she's like, so what do you do? And I'm like, self-employed, blah, blah, blah. And, I just say graphic designer. And she goes, oh, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I design products for digital scrapbookers. And she's like, oh, when I finally told her what I did, she said, so people like me can actually make layouts with that.
Yep.
I was like, yeah. She goes, do you have a card? And I was like, no, I don't. Like,
Why not, Cheryl?
I guess because I bought cards and then Scrap Orchard ended up closing and I had to I kept
Yeah.
some, but then it was just like, I just
Yeah.
rarely meet people that show any interest at all. I was like,
I have a new t-shirt. Have I told you about my new t-shirt?
no.
Oh, I'm actually wearing my sweatshirt in my current TLP profile photo. And it says, scrapbooking is my superpower. I bought it from Shamel's website online. It's not
Oh,
her
yeah.
actual website. It's from like one of those whatever t-shirt
Right.
sites that does it. But so I've started wearing that.
Like, I have a superpower.
Scrapbooking is my superpower. So I'm just like, when I feel like I'm going into an uncomfortable situation, I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing that t-shirt. Then if I take pictures and people are like, why are you taking pictures? I'm like, it's my superpower. Okay, so funny story, Michelle. You said, did Cheryl tell her to go to the lilypad.com? Okay, so you put, the underscore. I listened to the Digi show for so long, I can't hear it without hearing it, the-lilypad.com in like Peppermint's voice.
Right.
Like it's still, anytime I'm typing it in, I'm like, the-lilypad.com. So it makes me laugh.
Dash.
Paula's been a lot of places. Yeah, but has she always had the same name though? We were talking about Stolen Moments Amber and how it's Amber LaBelle, and I'm like, yeah, but it was like it is, but that's the same Amber.
Yeah. The same one.
I don't usually have to type it because I do have a shortcut. Not only do I have a shortcut bookmark, Google suggests it as the site I want to go to today. When you open it up and it's got like your most, it's like, hey, did you want to go to Lilypad? I'm like, yeah, let's go. But I still, when I type it, I always think the-lilypad.com.
The dash.
Like Google, how can you guess? I know. It's like you want to go to Wordle, you want to go to Framed, you want to go to Moviedoll, and you want to go to TLP, right? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. That's my life. Thanks, Google.
Those are all the things.
Those are all the things. Have you played Moviedoll?
No.
Okay. Do you know the concept of Wordle?
Well, no, not really.
Okay. So Movie Doll is just kind of a knockoff, but it shows you entire movie in 1 second, and you guess the movie, and you get 6 chances. And so if you miss it on the first one, then it makes it a little longer, so it slows it down a little, and it makes it a little longer, and it makes it a little longer. And you're thinking about it, and you're like, that sounds absolutely impossible. There's no way I would guess the movie that fast.
Right.
You'd be surprised at how many you would actually get. Like animated movies, I've always gotten in 1 or 2 guesses, and I'm always like, how did I know that? But for some reason, you'll always pick out something you're like, oh, that's that iconic scene that I know that's from this movie. And so it's really quite fun.
Interesting.
But it's,
Now,
and it's quick, and you can only play once a day. So it's really short and easy to play, because then it's done and you move on. Oh, yes. You know what, Michelle, you need both. You need movie and you need framed. Let me find it. Movie. Yeah, framed is fun because it's WTF.
yeah.
Let's see if I can spell it right in the chat for you. But it's Movie Doll, and it's .app, not dot. But it works on your phone and stuff, and it's not an actual that thing. So my husband and I have fun with that one every day, because you just download it and play it. And framed .wtf. And so framed is similar, except it shows you 6. So you get a frame from a movie, and it could be, and it's usually a little more obscure, unless you're a movie that you totally know and you're like, oh, I totally know that one. And then each time it shows you one, and then usually by like the 5th one, if not the 4th one, it shows you like major actors in it. And you're like, oh yeah, Ryan Reynolds and Betty White, that has to be The Proposal or whatever. That was the one the other day. And so it's really kind of fun. But those are both fun movie ones. The fun thing about the movie ones, actually the fun thing about both of them, is it only lets you put in like whatever's in their catalog. So like one day I was like, oh, I swear that's this movie. And I started to type it. I'm like, oh, it's not an option so it must not be that movie. So then I'll go to Google and be like, the movie with this person. And I'm like, oh, that's the name.
Hang on just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. So remembering movie names is helpful, but even if you're like, oh, I know it's the movie that does what or does this, you can kind of find it. So it's pretty fun. But yeah, it's been more fun in a way. Like I enjoy Wordle, and I still play Wordle every day, but it's fun to add the movie element to it, especially since I watch way too many movies over my lifetime. And you would be surprised at how easy the animated ones are when you don't think about it, because I don't know, you just like, oh yeah, that color scheme, it's got to be this movie. Yeah, I bet he'll love it, Michelle. I bet he'll have fun. If he knows a lot of movies and stuff, he'll probably have some fun with it. Kath, I feel the same way. I just looked over at Cheryl's layout and I'm like, oh, look how pretty. It's like almost done. Well, if it was mine, it would be done. And it's like, oh, I wasn't looking because we were doing other things. Yeah, they're 2 different apps, Kim. So if your son really loves movies, see if he's playing them both. Because again, you only play one. I mean, I think those ones you can go back and do other days, but you're only playing one a day, so it's really short to play.
All right, I'm back. Sorry. One of Daniel's friends.
And I had a moment where we weren't really looking at your screen, and then we looked back over and we're like, oh, look how pretty and done it is.
It is done. I just got to add my journaling.
Yeah.
So now one of Daniel's friends walked here. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, is he okay? So I'm going to wrap it up.
Trying to figure out, I'm like, are you concerned he walked here? Are you concerned about the time? Or is it weird for people to walk to your house? Like,
yeah.
All of the above.
His power is out at his house, and he needs to charge his phone. And
you know what? So, I love that.
Yep. So I was like, yeah, go ahead.
That's like the absolute best thing ever. Yeah. My power's out and I need to charge my phone. Can I just do it here?
Yeah.
I love it.
Please let me charge my phone. Please. Yep.
Well, that was fun. I had fun tonight. I hope you all had fun tonight.
Yes.
It was fun to look back at some of Cheryl's old templates as we tried to figure out which ones were the oldest ones. It was fun to talk about scrappers and their names have changed because it makes me think of how their styles have changed and stuff.
Yeah, my style has changed definitely.
Yes,
over
most
the
definitely.
years. Yeah, and I'm sure it will continue to do so.
Yes.
We'll just.
And I'm always up for talking about a good word game.
Yes.
Especially one that's short and sweet and I can't just like binge on it all day.
Yeah.
And it was fun to watch you scrap.
Yeah, so we'll be back next month on the 7th of July. And I'm not sure when I'm going to post that challenge. I may try to post it next week. We'll see. It may not be until July, but let's see. The other thing I'm doing is I'm doing 30 days of sketches again, but this round is the best of 30 days of sketches. So it's pulling, she's already had 9 months of it. And so everybody voted on their favorites. And so we're going through and doing that. So I'll have that posted on my YouTube. Using
You've also been doing, is it over now, the celebrating people who get to 1,000 subscribers?
It happens every month now. So like, you know, I'll have one, let's see. I have All About the Mouse, which is once a month, the first Monday of the month. So it's Disney themed. So I have that playlist on my channel, and then I have one for YouTube Hops. So there'll be another one on June 4th and one on June 16th. And let's see.
So if you haven't subscribed to Cheryl yet, go subscribe so she can get to 1,000 subscribers too.
That would be fabulous. Because right now I'm like at, let's see, 921 subscribers. And I'm at 965 videos. So I think if I keep creating this month, I'll hit 1,000 videos by the end of this month. It's pretty cool.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, when you land on the home page, I try to put in the current things I'm doing. I need to update that. I might need to make a note. Okay, update landing page. There's always something to do.
Okay. Always something to do.
Always, always. Okay, well, thank y'all for joining me, and I hope y'all have a fabulous creative month, and I will see you in the forum.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.